So here's another idea that I've always kind of had cooked up in my head, but I've never really gotten around to do this, and I don't know if I could. But yeah, this is an idea I've always had, and it's actually something that spawned from a Nightmare on Elm Street Q&A I did about a year or so back. And yeah, as you can see, Gravity Falls and Elm Street crossover. Now, I'm actually surprised, because I was actually on fanfiction a few days ago, and you'd think you'd see, Evil Dead and, Halloween and all these other horror movie crossovers with Gravity Falls, because that makes a lot of fucking sense. However, that isn't the case. At least as far as I know, there haven't been any crossovers involving Freddy, Jason, Michael, Pinhead. None of them. Not even Evil Dead. Well, there's one with Chucky. But yeah, I saw one with Chucky. But other than that, yeah, nothing. Literally, absolutely nothing of note. Nothing of great note. So feel free to use this idea if someone wants to. So the idea for this Elm Street crossover, and the big thing when you're doing a crossover like this is that you have, obviously Freddy's in one place, unless you count Freddy vs. Jason, where, yeah, Freddy was in Crystal Lake. But the big thing with this kind of, what was I going to say? The big thing with this crossover is that Freddy doesn't really leave Elm Street. Elm Street is his stomping ground. That will always be his stomping ground. So it would have to be some kind of force to have Freddy pull him here. Like, let's say, another dream demon, perhaps? Yeah. So the idea I had is that, basically, Bill summons Freddy because he's a more powerful dream demon. Yeah, let's face it, Bill is probably the more powerful dream demon, and he doesn't need souls or fear to power his abilities. So, what I'm thinking is that Bill, who obviously can't really... This would be probably before Weirdmageddon, but yeah. Bill needs someone who can mentally break into the barrier that was put in the Mystery Shack to shield everyone from him. So Bill, summons he has to literally search through the dreamscape to find somebody else. Who does he find? Freddy. So, Freddy at this point, he's still pretty weak. He's, he hasn't, the people of Elm Street are really more or less burying him at this point, and they make him, forget. So now he's stuck in purgatory for all eternity until Bill shows up and says, "Hey, I got a deal for you. I help you help me get what I want from these, from this place called the Mystery Shack, and in return, I give you all of these kids for you to kill. I give you whole new stuff for you to kill. You've got a whole new place. No one's gonna realize where you are, and yeah, you can go around killing people all you want, and in return, you gotta help me start this Weirdmageddon thing. So, we got a deal? Good. Go." So that's how it would go, is that Freddy is now free, Bill more or less pulls the leash on Freddy, and Freddy goes around quintessentially killing everything in his path. So, yeah, obviously I would have Robbie die horribly at Freddy's blades. I don't know, I don't think I would kill the main cast. I would definitely scare the shit out of them and have close calls with Freddy, but I don't think any of them would die necessarily. And I'd actually have, like, a past connection between Wendy and Freddy, being that Wendy's mother was from Elm Street. Her mother was actually from Elm Street and was one of the last kids of Elm Street. And Freddy, before I'd actually have it that they moved to Gravity Falls, but at a very young age for Wendy, her mother was brutally killed by Freddy, and that kind of prompted her family to move out to the far side, to as far away from Elm Street as possible. That's kind of what that's what I would kind of roll with. So yeah, this is kind of a personal story for her that she's, hunting down her mother's killer, and it's not going to be a pretty sight for anyone. So that's kind of the idea in a nutshell, really, is that, Freddy comes to Gravity Falls to do some horrible, horrible, horrible things to these poor people. And, like I said, it would not be in any way, shape, or form pretty. It would be bloody, it would be messy, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Freddy would leave everyone psychologically scarred, even more so than Bill's Weirdmageddon. Because Freddy really gets in your head, doesn't he? Freddy really does get inside your head and really just jacks with your mind, doesn't he? He just really messes with you, and it's never pretty. It's never a pretty sight in any way, shape, or form. So that's kind of the big thing here, is that Freddy would be this, force of nature that would just be constantly messing with their minds over and over again. And he would just quintessentially just mentally break some of them. I think he would mentally break a lot of them until they figured out how to beat them. But much like in Freddy vs. Jason, I think Freddy would kind of lose sight with his deal with Bill, and Bill would have to be the one to rein it in. So yeah, a duel of the dream demons, more or less, that Freddy and Bill would have to throw down, more or less. They would have to come to blows, and yeah, when I say come to blows, I mean they're going to kick the shit out of each other, more or less. So that's how I kind of always saw this crossover, personally, is that, Bill brings Freddy, and Freddy doesn't, Freddy kind of forgets, or more or less says, fuck you, I'll do what I want, I'll do what I want, you talking Dorito chip, I'm gonna go kill these kids, bye, have fun, fucker. And Bill's like, oh, no, you don't get to do that. So yeah, Bill and Freddy really don't, I think it would end with, like, Freddy and Bill, dueling in the dream realm. And that would not be a pretty sight for anyone caught in the crossfire of that shit. So you guys tell me, what do you guys think of this idea? Do you guys like it? Do you guys not? Just comment below, let me know. And how would you do a Nightmare on Elm Street Gravity Falls crossover? So yeah, I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say about this one. And once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.